What's up, y'all? Good. I don't know if it's still morning. What time you got? Yeah, it's still morning. Good morning. This is Big Y'all and J45 Remix. Big Y'all and Twin Earl live morning show today. Man, we are right here at the coffee shop in Prichard Mall. Y'all pull up, come get some coffee, tune in, hit the share button. We are going to be talking about a couple different things. We got a special guest, Prichard Police Chief Walter Knight. We're going to talk about the Juneteenth events that's going on in Prichard. Got some other stuff we're going to talk about, so y'all go hit the share button, because there he is right there. Chief Knight, we right here live with him. We got some questions we going to ask him, but we going to really, know what I'm saying, make sure y'all know about the annual Juneteenth event, A Tale of Two Cities Celebrating Through Educating. It's going to be held June 19th through the 22nd. That's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's a lot of different events, you know what I'm saying, that's going on. So make sure, you know what I'm saying, you get involved right here in the city of Prichard. Good morning, Valencia, with Slim Fitness. How you doing, Chief Knight?
Doing good.
This is my co-host today. My partner, we went to school together, we flunked together, we graduated together.
Exactly.
Our mama's name was the same.
Exactly.
Our little brother was friends.
Exactly.
But here we are, Chief Knight. How you doing this morning?
Doing good. Doing good.
Always good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Man, we all just been here, Big Y'all J45 Live Morning Show, been all just wondering about some things. So we put a couple of questions together, you know what I'm saying, we know it's some citizens on here. Thank y'all for starting coming on in. Y'all keep hitting that share button. We are right here at the coffee shop, right here in Prichard Mall, Wilson Avenue. If you all like coffee, come on, pull up here, come get some coffee, read your book, watch the news, free Wi-Fi as well. And yeah, you pay all your bills at the same time. But we ain't gonna hold y'all time. We know some of y'all on lunch break too, and y'all ain't got no long time to be on there because y'all got 15-minute and 30-minute lunch breaks instead of hour because y'all part-time workers. But Chief Knight, man, we have to have a lot of stuff going on in both cities, Mobile and Prichard. So we want to talk to you about your thoughts on all the violence that's been going on in the city. How you feel about what's going on causing all this violence that's going on here lately?
First thing I'd like to say is to all the family members that lost someone during these tragic events. I want to give my condolences. I'm not gonna say I know how I feel, but I can only imagine how I feel to lose a loved one in that type of way. It's sad. I'm a lot disappointed in how we handle situations. The reason why we're picking up guns and using them as such, but I think it starts with with communication. The last couple of incidents that we had dealing with gun violence has been basically totally miscommunication. People don't sit down and talk anymore about their conflicts. Even back when we grew up, fight and get it over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Be friends later on.
Right. I used to have one of my best friends. He moved to California. Now we used to fight it out down in the campground. That's where I was born at. And later on that day, we went and got a freezer cup together. You know what I'm saying? So that day is long gone. Now kids these days want to pick up guns for some reason. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it's the perception that they get on the television, social media, and stuff like that they think that the answer to everything is picking up a gun and using it.
Yeah.
So
they want to shoot it out before they talk it out.
Right, and I think that's where our culture get it messed up at, where we look at social media and we think that's the solution to everything.
Mm-hmm. A gun, and that's crazy. So if you had anything that you wanted to say to the children and the teens of your city, which is Prichard, what would you say to them?
I would say if it's nobody in your household, your school, anything that you want to talk to, and I know a lot of people put into their children that police is bad. You know what I'm saying? I've had a couple of teenagers, children that would come up to the police department and just want to talk about what's going on for as social media beef and other beef that they have at school and stuff like that. If we had to have some type of starting point in order to get past always having to pick up a gun.
Yeah.
And from there, what we'll do is reach out to the parents because a lot of times the parents don't know that these situations going on.
And then everything ain't beef, you know what I'm saying? It's just like how you said in the beginning, just miscommunication. I might not like what you're saying, but that don't mean I'm in beef with you.
Exactly.
I'm saying friends have disagreements.
Exactly.
I know over the years with me and Lauren being friends 30 plus years, we done had disagreements. I might not agree with something he say, he might not agree with something I say, but that don't mean we beefing to the point where, man, I'm gonna kill you when I see you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where these children keep getting that from. That's the craziest thing ever.
So if we just can get to a starting point where we can reach a platform where we can reach the children, reach the teens, to see what's really on their minds, because the black family now, we basically work all the time, so we don't we like passing ships in the night with a lot of our family members.
Yeah, don't have that family time.
Don't have that family time that we can sit down like back in the days we used to sit down at the table and talk and see, hey, how your day was or what's going on, where they can have that outlet to talk
about what
tell
going
their
on.
Parents or other family members what's going on with their life, what happened that day that may actually help them deal with these type of situations.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. I know, and sometimes it's so hard because of how a lot of black families are broken up, and it's not that one parent don't want to do as much as the other parent. Is most time one parent is so bitter toward the other one till they teach the children not to go to the other parent, you know what I'm saying? But most time, but for financial situations, instead of, you know what I'm saying, well, hey, mama, I'm going through this here. What should I do about this first? Right. Or dad, I done got it to my friend. What you think I need to do instead of just going and grabbing the gun? Because, you know what I'm saying, your daddy might be able to tell you how to go and approach your friend and talk to him. And versus your mama, know what I'm saying, well, don't let nobody talk to you like that. Exactly. So, yeah, that's important too. So, with that being said, Chief, like, what actions would you like to see the parents do to help end the gun violence against the youth?
Well, be more involved in their kids' lives. Know what their kids are getting into.
Stop trying to be their friends.
That's a big part of it too. Not, and I'm gonna tell you another situation. Not thinking that your child can't do anything. I get that the most, where we have a situation with a person, we have that person evidence that person did that, this juvenile did that or what have not, and the first thing they said, not my child. My child can't do that. Well, if you're not that much involved in your child's life, how do you know what they're capable of doing?
Yeah.
One thing I tell people, I ain't gonna say I never, but a lot of times I don't just fly off and say my child ain't do that. I'm gonna investigate and see, make sure, and ask questions to make sure my child did that.
Yeah.
Like that. But they have to be more involved in their child's life, see what's going on. Like my mama used to say, unlock them doors. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no locked doors in my house.
What?
You'll be amazed. We go to some houses, where we've been and found guns and stuff like that in the folks' houses, and
they ain't know they were
first
there.
I ain't parent, I didn't know that was in there.
Yeah.
If you investigate more or go see what your child doing more, you'll see it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a lot of stuff that could be cut off at home. If I just think if they were more involved. When COVID hit in 2020, it kind of showed me where a lot of parents used to complain on the Mobile County school website about when the school's going to be open back up, because they just weren't used to kids being at home during the day when they're supposed to be at school. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, these your children, why my child eating me out of house and home, and with that school need to be opened up. That goes to show me that time with that child was really pushed on to the school.
Yeah.
And now we was in a predicament where we had to deal with the child all the time. So just imagine what the teachers was dealing with at school if you really you don't want to deal with your child at home.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, we used to have the big mamas back in our days of growing up, so it was like you still had that family structure. And big mama wasn't going to just let you do no anything. Like, them big mamas ain't care nothing about it.
Right.
Because they'll tell you quick, I'll whoop you and your mama.
Well, and also, that's where the term...
Y'all can't hear? Go ahead, Chief.
That's where the term "it take a village to raise a child." You know, back then, that's when somebody seen your child doing something, they tell their tail up, and then when you tell your mom about it, she'll tell your tail up too. But you, again, we're in a new age where you can't tell somebody else child about nothing. You can't tell me about my child. You know, I don't want to hear it. You know, so that's why I said if that's the case, the parents have to get more involved in our youth. And if the parent can't, if it's like a single home situation, reach out to some of your local governments to see if they got resources where, like summer programs, foot football.
Yeah, something
Summer football is a good program to put a child in. It shows them teamwork, structure, stuff like that.
communication skills. You know what I'm saying, how to get along with others, so it's social skills as well.
Exactly. But like I said, the key is the parents has to get more involved in their children's life.
Yeah, and
if not this generation, I just because it's like they don't care no more. It's like again, like I stated earlier, the first answer to everything is grab a gun.
yeah. And my thing, I don't really like how you got a lot of times now when things go on. The first thing a lot of people like to say, well, where the police was. Well, the police can't be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then if you got too much police presence, then that's a problem.
And it's harassment.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then as soon as something happens, that's the first thing you go to do and call like, where the police was, whatever. Like, I mean, there's other things going on in the city as well. But like you said, children shouldn't even first be resorting to guns. We grew up in the early 80s. Me and my partner Lauren, and I'm talking about like the worst thing you might have heard with some of us was somebody getting stabbed. It was never, know what I'm saying, no gun. Not to say not when we started getting a little age on us that we didn't have access to guns, but we were so scared of what mama and grandmama was gonna do to us.
Dad.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't even want you to call dad.
Right.
I was like, even if we didn't see dad that much, but we just ain't want him to be called. But it was mama and grandmama had so much fear in you it was certain things you knew not to do.
Right.
Like if you knew your partner was around the corner and they got them guns, they talking about they finna shoot at somebody, you knew you better be easing on back the other way. Because if your mama or grandmama heard about you was out there with them too, man, you was in trouble. You was scared of that switch more than talking about going to jail.
So that goes to show you no fear in parents. You know what I'm saying? They don't fear their parents.
And that's what I'm saying, because a lot of times, from what I've seen, parents be wanting to be friends with their children. Like, you really can't. It's okay to be okay because you do want your children to talk to you and be comfortable talking to you, but you still got to let your child know that it's a line, as my grandma used to say. Like, I can do this here with you, but when I tell you that's enough, that's enough. And then, you know what I'm saying, I'm still grandmama, I'm still mama or dad. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you remember the slingshots and the little pop guns we used to have? That was the guns we had with the China bears.
My worst whooping came with a slingshot.
For real? Ooh, golly.
I had a slingshot and I just shot it. First time I shoot a slingshot, I shot a guy in the leg on the bicycle. And that was the worst whooping I ever got. I never want to see I ain't had a slingshot since. I was probably about 4 years old.
Golly, he still remember that one now. So, Chief, does the city or the police department in Prichard have a cadet program or something in place for the youth?
We have a slots for cadet program. Right now, we're trying to restructure the whole police department.
Okay.
Since we coming out of somewhat, I don't want to jinx it, somewhat coming out of the COVID area, we are trying to restructure the police department, better pay. We're in the process of now upping the pay and being more competitive with the other municipalities. So one of the programs that we're trying to put in place is the cadet program. We already had it in place, but we kind of went away from it. We actually had what they call the explorer post. One of the police officers we have on board right now, he's a former explorer. He's been around the police department since 12 years old. So he just, once he got of age, he basically knew everything about the police department by being there so long. He's a police officer now with the city of Prichard. So that's one of our recruitment situations that we're trying to use in order to get people that live in the city to invest more into the city.
Okay. So, are you looking to hire more officers with the department?
Yes, yes, I am. And with the city of Prichard, with police officers right now, we always looking to hire police people for police departments.
Okay.
Police department. Um, a lot of times I get where people say, "Well, police ain't doing this, police ain't doing that." And the first thing I tell them is, "Okay, how your background look? Why don't you become police? Why don't we send you to?" And that's when they bag up. Then like, "Whoa, wait a minute! Now, I ain't say I want to be the police, but my thing is, don't always come with a problem. Come with a solution. If you think you can do better out on the streets than the people that's out here doing it, why don't you become a police officer?
Yeah, make a change in it.
If not, I know females can be police officers, but if you want, be a dispatcher. We also hiring dispatchers. So
Y'all hear that, ladies that got your typing skills up? They got a job for you as well. So you are looking. Oh, let me off the record question. You know what I'm saying? I know we were getting a little serious. The NBA finals going on.
Mhm.
I think, you know what I'm saying, from being your Facebook friend and knowing you for a little while, I know I'm a Lakers fan. I don't know who your favorite team is.
Well, I don't have a favorite team. I have a favorite player. Kevin Durant, my favorite player.
Okay.
Out there right now.
So
right now, he's sitting at home with LeBron. Right
okay.
Now. So right now, what I'm doing is pulling for my son's favorite player. All the Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So
you pulling for Golden State.
So right now, they tugging at my heartstrings right now because of my son. Now, I used to like the Celtics too. That's back when Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen, and
when you had the 3-point
so,
gurus then.
Right.
What else I had? I had something else. Oh, we're gonna get back into the question. We had some people asking about is there any public information that you were able to share about the recent homicides that happened in the city?
Okay. I'm gonna start with the most recent, what I can give.
Okay.
I think I got to the point where I don't look at the news no more, but I think it ran on the news where we did make an arrest on the double homicide we had on Main and Rich Avenue.
Okay.
We did make one arrest. We're still looking to make maybe one, maybe two more arrests that was involved in that situation. We actually made 3 arrests. We made a couple of arrests dealing with something that happened after the fact, dealing with that situation. Then we also made arrests on the actual shooting.
Mm-hmm.
We're still looking for one more suspect dealing with that situation, but I can put out there publicly that we did make an arrest and we're still actively investigating that
Okay.
case.
That was at the store right up there.
On Rich and Main Street.
Okay.
Everybody known as the Red Store.
Okay, yeah. Because I seen some stuff on social media earlier this morning. They were saying about the guy that was arrested for that. I think that was the second guy. He had an altercation down at Metro Jail.
Right.
Already, okay.
Also, going backwards, the last shooting that we had, the double homicide that was at on Leeds Avenue. What I can give on that right now, that it's actually the case is closed. Evidence showed where both individuals shot each other.
Okay.
In that situation, and therefore, when they shot each other, both suffered from the gunshot wounds, and they both died. Witnesses and evidence showed that.
Okay, that's the one that was right outside of.
Right on the other side.
Wilson and Lee.
Okay.
Okay.
On Leeds Avenue. This was back.
Oh yeah. I just seen that a couple of weeks ago. One.
Right.
Okay.
Right. We also had a third double homicide that was on Wilson Avenue right prior to that.
Okay.
And that case was also closed because of video evidence showing that both individuals shot each other in that situation also.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an unfortunate event. Again, especially down in our entertainment district. After people was having such a good time in those 2 establishments down here, and that's another situation where they just basically resorted to guns.
Yeah.
Instead of resolving their situation some other way.
Oh, it feels good in here.
Early Easter morning, doing good. So we send our condolences as well to all the families that were involved in all those.
we had another homicide that happened over on Newsom Street. I want to talk about that one because that's one that we really having a problem with. I guess because people are not talking about it. That's the homicide dealing with Wayne Holcomb. Family members and friends have reached out to us, basically giving us all the information that they can give us, and we're still actively investigating that case, following up on all those leads. But just a plea out to the community for the family. If anybody know any information on that homicide case over on Newsom Street about a couple months ago, dealing with Wayne Holcomb, I urge you to reach out to the Prichard Police Department at 251-452-2211.
2211.
2211. Again, we just want to give closure to the family and friends of Wayne Holcomb. So any information that you may think that's not relevant, still call it in. It might be irrelevant to you, but it might be relevant to the case.
Okay. Anything else, Chief? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about before we let you go? Know your business, man. We can't hold you all day.
Again, like I said, I don't look at the news, but I get stuff sent to me all the time through Facebook messages and text messages. And I'm not gonna call any names or anything like that because I'm not that type. But what I won't do is let a person, business, or anything use crime in the city of Prichard as a cop out of reason why they're not doing well.
Okay.
The crime was here before this certain business got here. As you can see, crime is ramping up all over the nation. And I think, and this is the reason why I got a problem with media, why I really don't look at the news no more, because that's just like me saying that, hey, y'all, I heard you kill somebody, and I just put it out there in the news, and you didn't kill nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I think the news and media should do what they call investigative journalism before they go and put that kind of stuff out there. I got sent something last night and this morning about a certain business saying that they getting put out of business because of the crime or what have you. I think if the media would have did the investigative journalism, they would have found out that that's not the case. Stuff was going on prior to a shooting that happened down here in Wilson Avenue. And when the shooting happened, this particular business wasn't even open. So I'm trying to see how did crime interfere with that business open, or interfering with that business not doing well.
Okay.
So I did want to address that crime had nothing. I really feel like crime had nothing to do with that particular business not doing well.
Yeah, the news do a lot of chop and screw. They'll come and get one story and then they'll mess around and add or take out a lot of stuff and make it seem one way or another. That's why I know what I'm saying. We be telling people, hey, we open the doors to anybody where you can come on the show and you can tell your side of the story. There ain't no chop and screw here.
It was another situation. I'm going to tell you about this situation where Channel 15, I'm putting it out there, Channel 15 put on the news about a situation dealing with the water board that the detective didn't show up for court. Not saying that not doing the investigative journalism and finding out that the officer was sick. Not doing the investigative journalism, finding out that the officer was there two cases prior to that, and the defense asked for a reset.
Okay.
So this particular time, the prosecution asked for a reset because the officer was sick. The news want to blow it up like, okay, officers just not showing up to court or not doing their due diligence to make sure.
Instead of finding out the truth of what's going on.
Instead of finding out the truth of what was going on.
But we get a lot of kickbacks and stuff as doing the show over the years, man, with people, well, y'all ain't report on this and another. But you know what I'm saying? We try to mess around and find out what's going on, try to get the facts to every story. Like I told 45, like, man, we can't just jump out there and do that because people be looking for a reason to try to sue you for talking about defamation of character, all this shit junk or whatever. And I mean, I know, you know what I'm saying, we started off and we do a lot of funny stuff on the show, but the thing is, I mean, you don't want to put out false information like you said on people. So that's why I know, so I be like, man, the Big Y'all and J45 Live Morning Show investigates. Because we try to find out, know what I'm saying, what's going on. Because I don't want my name just in no junk. Well, y'all know was lying on us, this, that, and other. Chief, we got a couple people on here that's asking about different cases. I'll go to two of them and actually see if there's anything you can say about it. Laura Johnson wants to know about has any information been given about the case with her missing sister? What's your sister's name, Laura, if you're still on here? And also, it was another comment about the Trey baby murder, which was on Similar Street, Kelly Hill, if I'm not mistaken. If there's actually any other information
Those cases, I think that might have been like last year, 2 years ago. I had to get with the detectives to see what information that they're lacking, and that's another thing that we are doing in the Detectives Bureau. We going back. If I could do it after we get through with the cases where I took office as chief, we're going back over the cases where I took office as chief to check those cases. To see if any other information that we can gather that can close those cases. I know a lot of cases that we haven't solved are cases where we don't have any witnesses. We don't have any physical or scientific or video evidence that can help us solve the case. So what I'm doing now is having the detectives to go back as far as 2017, looking at cases to see what is needed to actually close those cases out and solve those cases.
Okay. The
So
name?
I'm not sure of the Trey Bay. Did he give a real name?
What's Trey Baby's? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I got the real name. Her name is Jeanette Wooden.
Again, I have to.
I remember hearing about that. That's my cousin's wife's sister. She just went missing.
Oh, she went missing.
Mm-hmm. Like it's never been nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't know if the boyfriend was like a suspect or something before.
And any evidence, I can vaguely remember that because we was dealing with another shooting that happened over the village at the same time, and we was actually investigating them simultaneously. So we any evidence that was given on that has been followed up. It's just that she hadn't been found, or any other evidence showing that it was foul play or anything like that has been found in that evidence and information that we was given.
All right. Again, y'all, we do have the Juneteenth celebration, through educating, June 19th through the 22nd, held right here in the city of Prichard. Sunday, June 19th, they got an opening ceremony with a jazz brunch from 11 to 3 p.m., a parade and taste of the Jubilee from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., a car show from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., which will be in downtown Prichard and Champion Square. Monday, June 20th, the Mayor's Ball and Award Ceremony from 7 to 11 o'clock that night. Entrance is African attire only. That's going to be at Flavors Bar and Hookah Lounge, 311 South Wilson Avenue. On Tuesday, June 21st, a sip and pint from 6 to 9. They're going to have catered wine and cheese. You can do RSVP 311 at cityofprichard.org. Wednesday, June 22nd will be Kids Day from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's a nice time. You can bring the children out, let them get tired. That way you ain't got to worry about them really at night. Prizes and giveaways by Matt Gardner. They're going to have bounce houses, water slides, tug of war, and much more. Also, the Freedom Trail is going to be held. That's going to be with the history of Juneteenth. The museum, the history of the last slave ship, storyteller Lorna Woods, and much more. Also, they're going to have a health fair, Ada Phi chapter of Chi Ada Phi sorority. The movie night, When They See Us, that's all going to be held on Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is with the movie. So that's right after the Kids Day event is over with. Got something for the grown folks. That's also going to be in Champion Square. As y'all know what I'm saying, it's going to be in the city of Prichard. When you come, don't come with no bull junk, because y'all know we will have Officer T-Von chasing you. He will get you. Hold on, what's that name? Put Trey Baby name on that one. Hold up. You got your phone, go to my live right. Since you're my co-host, I need you to know what I'm saying.
Go on your live.
Yeah, and so I can see that name on there again, because I don't. Make sure we got the right name, so it might ring a bell. But those are the Juneteenth event. Trayvon Thomas.
Thomas. I'll be sure to go and check on that when I leave here.
Okay, that was on similar street on Kelly Hill.
If they can they inbox you and give you a number that I can reach
What's the number about the Trayvon Thomas? If you have a number, know what I'm saying? Chief Knight said he'll get in contact with you. Okay. You can inbox it to me if you want to, Tamika, and I'll give it to Chief Knight before he leaves out. But man, there it is. 2.
I ain't want to put it out.
I know. I ain't lying. I ain't gonna call it out. I just wrote it down. You can go down and delete that comment too if you want to, Tamika. So, but yeah, man, it's always a good time.
Sister-in-law.
Who's your sister-in-law?
Jamie Petway.
Oh, okay. No Earl, no everybody.
I was just say, your co-host kind of quiet over there.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I see somebody I know and now, how many friends we got together. I need to check it up.
Man.
Me and Twin got 949 mutual. I'm like, God.
Well, y'all know everybody in Prichard. They know as a Glendale twin. They back there before they built Glendale. They still there. Glendale gone. But yeah, Chief, we appreciate you. Know what I'm saying?
Look at the tongue, Lord. Hey, look. Hey,
let
me see how I'm gonna name you. Hey, my daddy, baby mama.
So that means that's your stepmama.
Hey, my daddy, baby mama. Hey, my daddy, baby mama. What my sister doing?
You so crazy. Yeah, you got little sisters, big sisters.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was the baby of my dad's children. But Chief, we appreciate your time as always. With everything, man, we want to thank our sponsors as well. We got a lot of sponsors today. We were sponsored by Custom Cuts Barbershop right here next door to where we at the coffee shop right here on Wilson Avenue. Y'all come and see T for your cuts, your children cuts, especially if you got little children and they kind of scared of the clippers right now. Take them over there, know what I'm saying? T will get them kind of accustomed to sitting in the chair with the clippers and stuff, know what I'm saying? You got to have patience with them children with doing that. Also, Boondock Global, Y'all Entertainment LLC, Black Wolf Event Hall, which is right next door. Y'all need to check that out. Trying to have an event, intimate, family function, whatever. Come and see the event hall, which is next door. It's a very beautiful venue. She said she's sitting there right there playing.
Mm-hmm. She looking at Big Brother.
45 said he had to go to the dentist today. And Prichard Police Department, know what I'm saying? Because we couldn't do the show without the chief and Officer T-Von sitting over there. He waiting for one of y'all. Detective. Let me get myself right. But, yeah, so y'all come, know what I'm saying, for Juneteenth. Have a good time, know what I'm saying? It's always a good time when the city of Prichard is putting something on together. We just need more of y'all to come out, know what I'm saying, and support these events because these events are not, know what I'm saying, cheap events. They put a lot of time and money into these events. So come out and, know what I'm saying, enjoy them.
Last year, it was a nice event last year. Wasn't no tomfoolery, as we say. Everybody came out and they thought about the purpose of Juneteenth, celebrating our freedom.
Yeah, Black history.
So
our day of freedom.
I ask everybody to come down and partake in the events that City of Prichard putting on for you.
Okay. And man, my co-host Earl, you got anything else you want to say, Earl?
No, I'm just sipping on this good
pecan praline.
Let's talk about this.
Let me get
this pecan praline coffee. Mm-hmm. I'm not even a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
But the first time I came in here, they asked me about, coming in, holding meetings. I'm going to start holding some of my staff meetings here and stuff like that. He asked me about trying this pecan praline coffee. Mm-hmm. And I want to say every time I come here, I think about what I need to do to start my morning off. I stop by here and give me a cup of pecan praline coffee.
Man, it's good.
Ain't nothing like it.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to say that. Ain't nothing like it.
And don't mess around and get you 2 cups because what I did yesterday, I wound up, I had I got the big cup. Thank you, Mel Gardner, for our coffee yesterday. And I had probably about that much now because 45 had them sat there and drained the bucket. So I wind up, know what I'm saying, getting some more. Man, I messed around and drunk them 2 cups of coffee, and I'm kind of glad I did because I wound up having to get my 4 smaller children yesterday, and I'm trying. There's a job in itself with them. So, thank y'all for all your prayers you did out for their mama yesterday. She's doing fine. She's at home, recuperating, just kind of weak. And salute to her for being with those children on a day-to-day basis. I don't be there. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at work and wherever else I got to be and doing whatever else I'm doing in my life. But, man, to have them little 4 active children running around, man, that's a job in itself.
I know it is. I got one and she gave me the blues right now.
Man, just imagine you got a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, well, finna be 4-year-old. So 5, 3, and a set of twins, that's 2. Man, them twins I'm talking about, they like night and day. They be everywhere, man.
And I want to do one more thing. I want to get a moment of silence for the stabbing cabin. So we can take 10 seconds just give
let's give a moment of silence for the stabbing cabin.
Thank you.
Hey, man. The stabbing cabin is gone, man. I can't believe it. I wind up selling the stabbing cabin.
Man, look, when I seen you had it, it was pulling out down the street. I said, ooh, I know he got a 10 in there. Got a 10 in there. He just pulling out down the street.
Man, it was bittersweet. I ain't gonna even lie. I kissed the back door and everything. Like, hey, I'm gonna see you later. Like, I just couldn't believe it, man. I was sad at the same time. Yeah, Detective Campbell for Prichard Police Department is the #1 officer in our eyes. Do you agree with us, Chief? Look at this smile you got put on.
Let me say this about Detective Campbell. Okay. He's that individual I was talking about that started off as an explorer in the police department. He's been around the police department for ever since he was 12 years old. And you're how old are you? 29 years old.
17 years.
So think about it. He's been
over half his life.
Over half his life. And, he's one of those individuals that I commend that could have just been a part of the streets, but he chose to do something else with his life. Yeah. So I just want to commend him on what he's doing, and I have to give it to him. He is an outstanding individual for his policing. He know his stuff, so salute, kudos to
and salute to you, Detective T-Von Campbell.
Now, I'm not gonna say he don't have his faults. Now, he got some faults, which he just started early in his career. Everybody got faults, and everybody fall down sometime, but it's all about how you get up. He gets up and dust himself out.
And if he stay here long enough, we might bless him with a stabbing cabin. Man, look, man, we thank y'all for being tuned in. We had a great show, man. As always, nice time. We able to spend time with the Chief of Police right here in the city of Prichard. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Custom Cuts Barbershop, Boondock Global, Y'all Entertainment LLC, Black Wolf Event Hall. Don't forget, November the 8th, vote, vote, vote. Can't say it enough. Moshe Donner from District Attorney of Mobile County. If you're not able to vote, go ahead on this week and go and make sure you get your voting rights back, and make sure you're registered to vote. Like, our local elections are the most important elections ever. We love to go out and vote for the president when our votes don't even count for that. Electoral votes is what put the president in the office. We need to vote locally, because if we can change those seats from Republican seats to Democratic seats, or for, you know what I'm saying, it don't even have to be about the party, just the person that has the people at heart and their best interest to change some of the stuff that's going on. A lot of y'all be mad about different laws that have to be enforced by law enforcement and police. Well, guess what? Y'all voting the people in that can change those laws is what affects that. What changes, you know what I'm saying, laws. You got to, you know what I'm saying, know how your local elections affect you.
Let me talk about that before we go out there. Because that is a certain law that went in effect that probably a lot of citizens don't realize that's going to go into effect January 1 because it was voted on. And that is where you don't have to get a pistol permit anymore when you have a pistol. And that was a way of regulating gun control, because they do a background check on you and stuff like that before they give you a pistol permit. If you don't have a pistol permit, you get caught with a pistol, then you get arrested. Well, now it's going to be easier for folks to get guns and stuff like that because now introduced by a Republican saying that, hey, our Second Amendment right, and we're not trying to take nobody's Second Amendment right. Yeah, I want to be able to bear arms too, but if I'm able to bear arms, let me be able to bear arms. If I shouldn't have a weapon, I shouldn't have a weapon. But now we just made it really easier for folks that shouldn't have weapons to get weapons now because we're doing away with the permit, which, like I said, checks your background to make sure you're able to have a gun. Yeah. They try to make it out about it was putting money into the sheriff's pocket. The reason why they wanted to get rid of the different sheriff's pockets, the reason why they wanted to get rid of the permit. It was a way of getting around that. Okay, don't charge the citizens to get a pistol. Yeah.
Give them to them free.
Give it to them free.
When you get your driver's license, if you want it.
Exactly. But it was still a way to regulate gun control. And now it's going to be wide open.
I got a question.
But see, too, gun control is like so hard because it's hard right now to get Congress to.
I got one for you real quick. So this is my take on the gun permit thing. I still go get my gun permit for the simple fact is those who ain't got to go get now, you know that I got mine. And if I'm in a shootout or something take place, you going to know who the dirty one is.
Well, yeah, you want to be covered.
That's the only reason because, that's the only reason why I get my gun permit right now.
Well, that's good too, but it's just like if we pull somebody over and we see a pistol in their car. By law, by not being able to check pistol permits, we can't ask them, well, do you got your pistol permit? So we can't, if the gun in their car, the gun just in their car. So and they might be on their way to shoot and kill somebody.
And that's kind of bad, you know what I'm saying, for y'all putting your life on the line as officers on a day-to-day basis because now you don't know if you're dealing with a felon. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you know is a gun right there. And I really don't have the rights to.
Only way I can check that gun if I see it, if I got probable cause to get in that car, like I smell marijuana. Yeah. Okay, now I can get in that car. Open container. Now I can pull everybody out the car, check that gun to see if it's stolen or anything. But that's it. I can't charge them with carrying without a pistol permit. If I run him and see he's a felon, okay, that's fine. But for the key component in the getting into all that used to be the pistol permit. And now they done took that away.
Yeah. And that's crazy. Then you got a governor on there, you know what I'm saying?
She designed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too old to even shoot a pistol.
And then look, she up there with her little pocketbook, Meemaw, showing her, talking about a 38 being hid in her pocketbook. That little 38 probably flipped Governor Meemaw.
But see, it's not going to be an issue until it hit home to them first. Yeah. Let one of their family members get killed by somebody without a pistol permit. That should have had a pistol permit or something like that. Then it's going to be a problem. But they feel like that it's not going to affect them at all. Yeah. And who does it affect most? Us in this community, right?
Yeah, in the black community most time because we just gonna. I hope not. I just know what I'm saying. Hope for the best and hope some other type of legislation come about before then. Hopefully we can probably get Representative Napoleon Braces implement the bill back into the House and maybe get another vote on something else. I'm saying to try to control that a little bit more.
And again, when you was talking about voting. And this is my motto. My mama was big on voting. You ain't do nothing else in the house. If you was able to vote.
Once you turned that age.
You getting your tail out of the house, you going to vote.
Because, see, that meant so much to older people, know what I'm saying? Because they were the ones that they seen their parents go through the struggle to be able to get the rights to vote. We were just, know what I'm saying, we were born, once you get to a certain age, you fill out your little paperwork, you're a registered voter. Right. We ain't had to go through the struggle of it. Like, I got some family members, man, I'm talking about like we had real deep down discussions. And they be like, I got friends too. Man, I ain't going to vote. I be like, why? They're like, man, it ain't going to do no good. Well, you get what? You go run down there to go and vote every time it's for the president, for the general election.
To a concert.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Vote for, you know what? That's, if I was an artist, just say like some type of big rap artist, or if I was some type of famous person, like for you to, for part of your entry to come into my events, it would be, you know what I'm saying?
Show your voter registration
card. And if you didn't have it, guess what? We